Hello class, welcome to week 4. Just a couple of housekeeping things before I get started. First of all, a couple of you let me know that the Lori Moore link didn't work, so I've uploaded a different link, Orientation by Daniel Orozco. That's under week 4. Please read that instead of the Lori Moore story. Another thing, you have the ability at any point to check your grades, so please be checking up on that. You can see what you've been graded for, what my comments are, what your grade is currently. A couple of you have not been posting your minimum posts under discussion board, and you can see what that's doing to your grade. So make sure that you're checking under view grades at any point so that you know exactly where you stand in the class. Also, please don't forget that if you don't post on discussion board within 14 days, I will drop you from the class. One more thing, Packet 1 is due on Monday. So you still have to read it. It's under assignments, but just briefly to explain, your packets are an accumulation of your best exercise work as seen on discussion board. So every week you have an exercise post. Your opportunity in the packet is to select, which is part of the things expected for you to learn in this class, how to select your best work. And then also, by revising it for the packet, you have your opportunity to change some things that maybe your classmates brought out that you want to alter for another draft before you turn it into the packet. So that's due on Monday. Please make sure you're planning enough time to do that and this week's work. One more thing, I wanted to talk about the annotation briefly. I'll be providing bits of information about the annotation as we go through the course of the semester. Last week you all committed to a book. Some of you acknowledged that you might be changing your mind, and that's fine. But at least get a book and start reading it. The whole objective is for you to wake up and pay attention. We read stuff all the time, every day. We read stuff on Blackboard, we read stuff on Facebook, we read stuff on websites and blogs. We read stuff every single day, but we're often asleep in our reading. So the objective of the annotation is to wake up and to pay attention to what you're reading and how you can use it for your own writing and your own edification. It's actually a really cool thing once you realize what you're looking for. So ways to wake up, or to train yourself to wake up, are to journal. That's one option. So say you've read a chapter of your book and you about it. So, just get like a notebook and just keep track of just thoughts that you have after the chapter is done reading. I'm sorry, after you're reading the chapter. That was kind of weird. After you're done reading the chapter, just kind of journal about what your viewpoint is on the book and what maybe different storytelling conventions that the writer has used so far. Another thing I wanted to show you. So this week I read The Orchid Thief by Susan Orlean. Super good book. It's not on the list, however. Sorry. So as I was reading the book, I annotated it. And this is something that I want all of you to do. This is what annotating looks like. So you'll notice that for some parts, I underlined really cool passages that I thought were cool. And then for some parts, I just wrote in the margin. Something for me to keep track of later. And I did this, throughout the whole book. So this might be something that is helpful to you. You'll see here I wrote, driving question. So, just little things to yourself to keep track of so that you can reference them later. When you're writing your annotation, you will have to quote from the book. You will have to, at some point, flip through the book again to find good quotes. So if your thesis is about maybe detail or word choice, look, good detail. I wrote that in the margin. That might be something I reference later. So, I think I've made my point. But it's just so much fun to annotate because you can write so many cool things in the margins. And if the book is yours, you should be doing this all the time. If the book is not yours, if it's the library's book, you should not be doing this all the time. Yeah. Okay, so enough said about that. I think those are all of my announcements for this week. I finished grading all the discussion board posts, and there was a post about plot in which I included a video lecture as a link. So please make sure that you look at that lecture if you think that you could benefit from more edification about plot. Aside from that, that is the conclusion of the video. Have a wonderful week, and we shall see you online.